Another shopping spree at the beach. Say it isn't so. Hey crafters, welcome into Guys Craft 2. My name is John, and I hope that your Monday morning is starting off strong. I just wanted to jump on to say I am exhausted and tired from the beach would be a complete understatement. That trip actually took a lot out of me, but I wanted to jump on and talk a little bit about what happened on Saturday as we were I don't know why, but I planned a late flight home, which is kind of strange. We normally fly out anywhere between 9, 10 a.m. up till 2 or 3 o'clock. I ended up, for some reason, booked us on like a 5:30 flight. So we had literally all day Saturday to play around without the grandkids and that and figure out what we wanted to do. And you might be surprised because we always go to Quilting at the Beach, which is a cool quilt store there in Myrtle Beach, but we typically are staying up north at North Myrtle. Well, guess what? We found another quilt shop. So I wanted to give a shout out to the Royal Quilt Shoppe up in Myrtle Beach. It was a nice store, much smaller than the other store that we've been going to. Their fabric selection was more limited than the other store. The other store had maybe 5 times the fabric. The other store has a lot of fabric, has machines, all of that. This store is much smaller. I didn't see machines. They did have some fabric, but what they did an amazing job of is they had patterns everywhere. They had the patterns displayed like almost going through a library where you could really just look and see all the different patterns, what was there, what was to offer. So, you know me, the last thing I needed was another pattern. So, yes, I walked away with 1, 2, 3, 4 new patterns that we'll talk about. So, it was just the way that they had them displayed and all the pieces to go with them. So, as an example, I have seen this before. I had not bought this, but I've thought about it. I did see it pop up on YouTube at some point, and it's called the Big Giant Quilted Jelly Roll Bow. And they actually had this one done. It's beginner friendly sewing pattern, plus it has a video tutorial, and it is by Lindsay Grace Creates. But anyways, they had this hanging as you walked in their store, and they had it all done in patriotic fabrics, right? So red, white, and blue with all the stars and stripes and all that just really jumped out and stood out. I started crafting years ago doing deco mesh wreaths. We do wood wreaths. We do a lot of different things. But I really liked the idea of just this big, silly bow. I mean, I've seen it before. I had not bought it. It is designed for 2.5-inch strips. It's made to be reversible. 2 style options are included. And on the back, it says you can do a double-sided jelly roll bow with basically 26 jelly strips, or you can do jelly roll and a whole cloth bow. So anyways, I grabbed that because I just wanted something different, and I'd still like to decorate. I still like putting things up. And so I grabbed this just to see what it was like. It was $14 for this pattern. And maybe one weekend we'll do a live or something, and we'll work on that pattern together. But I just thought it looked really cool. Then walking around the shop, I continue to get drawn in by tote bags. I don't do that many tote bags, but for some reason I love to buy tote bag patterns. And this weekend was no exception. So I found this called Pink Sand Beach Designs. This is pattern number 116. It's called the Hamptons Handbag. It uses 5-inch charm squares, or you can do it with 2.5-inch strips. And it was really a cute pattern. I just really liked the way it turned out. And then these are bows over on the side. to help gather it in. I don't believe she had a snapped closure in that, but I know you can't. And so there is the instructions to understand how to sew. There's how to use the um, charm pack squares and all that. I'm not showing you anything that you couldn't see in the shop. The directions are all inside here, broken down in that. But I really thought it was a nice tote. I've been doing the 5x5 totes, and that's what I took my daughter this last week on the trip, which is 25 charm squares, right, front and back. So it makes a really large tote. But she told me she likes that size tote, and so we're all good. But I did end up grabbing this because to me this is more of a purse size, but definitely a little bit more personal size. So I did grab that. And then I don't know if you all been fooling with any of these called cut loose press. I have not. I think I've seen them in some of our stores, but not really paid attention. They had a mesh bag, so obviously the vinyl mesh market bags have become the big thing, especially down at the beach. They had one made up that was really cute and all beach fabric in that with the vinyl mesh. Would have loved to have had a kit in it, but instead the only kit they had left was golfers, and it was all in golfing fabric and that, so I had no interest in it. But this one finishes out 15 by 13 by 4 inches. It takes a vinyl mesh roll. It says you'll need a chalk pencil and 1-inch cotton belting, 15 yards black. So they're using the vinyl straps and that. And so I really thought this turned out really cute. I have not done the vinyl mesh bags. A lot of our ladies over at our Quilt Guild has done those, but they've had several classes on them. And again, they have them during the day, during the week, so I've not been able to go. But now I have what looks to be a pretty quick and easy pattern to follow. It's just a quick front and back, but it is a full size 8.5 by 11. So I grabbed that one, and then I was done because, like, guys, I have a 5-drawer filing cabinet that's full of patterns. Not to mention that I just bought all the paper piecing books and that I wanted to work on those, and we won't talk about the two. Anyways, let's go on about the shopping spree. And then I walked by this one called From Color Works. This one uses fat quarters, 6-inch design strips, or bust your stash. It's easy to stitch with clever positioning, various sizes included, detailed directions, and full color diagrams. Again, it's by Color Works. It is called All Stacked Up. And it says the cover quilt is the small lap size, which uses 20 fat quarters and measures 57 by 65. And so I just really liked the way this quilt looked. So definitely we'll be doing this at some point. And I'm telling you, how awesome would that be in a Tula, right? Using some of my Tula stash finally. And so it does come with all sizes, baby, small lap, large lap, queen, and king, and all the different dimensions and sizes to get there. But I really did like this. They had a sample of it hanging on the wall next to the pattern. And so I ended up grabbing some of these because I just thought it was pretty awesome, pretty cool. So that is my shopping spree. Oh, and as a first-time visitor to the shop, they actually give you a little welcome gift. And in the little welcome gift, you get the thing. And the thing they gave me is deep turquoise, right? Jade color. Comes with their business card, which says a Royal Quilt Shop. Victoria Molnar must be the owner. Says thanks for shopping with us, and then it's got some sheets on the back as far as what size quilt size is a twin, a double, a queen, a king, and some of that. So that's kind of a cute, quick reference. So makes you not want to toss the business card, right? Because it does have some information there that you can share. Again, she gave us another on her long arm services. They did have a long arm. They had a Nova, I think was their long arm. And then they gave us 5 clips. which are cool, right? So it's a nice gift. 35th Art Store does things for Bill's Black Bag and different things, but I don't know that I've ever had a quilt store just give me a nice little gift just because it was my first time in the store. So that was kind of cool. So, guys, that was me. Just a little bit of update about what we did on Saturday before we headed back to the airport to try to get back to Arizona. But we ended up spending probably about an hour in the store and really just took time going through some of the patterns and that. So it was kind of cool. And yes, we'll probably make that part of our pilgrimage moving forward. So I hope you all have an amazing week. I hope you have lots planned. And as always, guys, until next time. Happy crafting.